Okay, we are live now. This is the best of investing. I got my little thing up here. Okay, let's see. First of all, the email question for Patty is, what is the least expensive improvement I can do to my house that will bring the most rate of return?
Good.
And for Nam, I've heard you say on previous programs, or on a previous program, that you sometimes sell loans in your fund. Why is that?
Okay.
All right.
Great.
Okay.
Great.
Let's see. What do we got going on?
I just came from an economic thing in real estate, so I can say some things
Okay.
about it. I was in the
Perfect.
city.
Yeah,
Yeah.
'cause I want to add on to what I talked about last week,
Okay.
the CMA event, which is also the economic outlook. So
Okay.
we can talk about that.
Hopefully they're not competing.
All right.
Hopefully, yeah, they're not conflicting. Why?
Yeah.
The one I went to was the exact opposite.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, it's
I know,
possible.
that's
Yeah.
really possible. So we talk about it.
Kind of losing my voice a little bit. And you have a good deal of the week?
Yes, I have a couple, and you, that you did too.
Well, yeah, the one that I'm doing is like really good. I think because what's happening is that it's a loan where the agent came in under market, but because we're going to close the deal in 11 days, the seller accepted the offer compared to a much higher offer
That's
because
a
it
good
was going to
thing,
take
yeah.
longer.
Yeah.
That's the
So that's
Do
gonna
the math
pay-
on
if you
that.
can't do the math, yeah, it's going to pay for itself
Right.
for sure.
It
Poll,
might be,
right?
yeah.
Okay, so you want to talk about that one?
Sure.
I think that's what's
Because I've got a couple.
That's compelling.
Yeah.
Because like I say to people, like when they talk about, the commission and 0.5% here, and I said, it's not what you pay, it's what you net. So there's
Exactly.
your
That's
thing.
right.
Yeah,
That is exact. That's 100.
yeah. Because I know I
100%
can
true.
negotiate
You know, it's like
strong.
you've done this before.
I know.
Like your experience.
Yeah.
Okay, you want the times?
Yeah.
Okay. We have 6:40, 7:20, 8:18, 8:48, and 5:10. All right, so Patty, we'll start off with you.
Okay.
Okay, you guys are ready?
Yeah.
Oh,
Well,
and
stick with the easy answer because then I can look at this stuff, which is what are the things you can do to fix your house up?
You want me to start off with that?
Yes.
Okay.
'Cause I'm
That's
just
fine.
excited.
And I'm gonna have to have Kimberly come in at some point because I've got this new laptop that
Mhm.
someone gave me, and I downloaded it. But when I tried to do the mics on it, like that.
Okay.
So I don't know what's. I have no idea. Okay, away we go. Welcome. You're listening to The Best of Investing. I'm your host, Edward Brown, along with my co-host, Nam Fawn of Pacific Private Money and Patty Cohen of Compass Realty. Our phone number is 888-912-1190. Use that number to answer the trivia questions for a 5-pack tanning certificate given away during the show. That certificate's not sponsored by the radio station, but by Tan Bella Tanning Salon with 2 locations in San Francisco and 1 in Marin. Today's theme is general trivia. Want to make a quick mention here for Mountain Mike's Pizza, especially for those people who did a Super Bowl party. Mountain Mike's Pizza in San Rafael. They do excellent job.
Super Bowl hangover.
Yeah.
It's funny. The whole week they just talk about and mourn the 49ers losing and all of the second guessing they do.
Yeah.
The good thing is now that Super Bowl's over, which I'm glad, is the real estate's really picked up.
Oh my God.
That's
So
right.
Oh, it's so silly though. I mean,
Yeah.
it's been crazy all day. I mean, all year. It's only been a month, but that whole thing, I don't know where that started, but it's a little nutty. Because guess what? Not next week, but the week after is spring break, at least in Marin County, or winter break, ski
Yeah.
week in Marin
Yeah.
County. So I tell sellers, don't put it on the week before because you'll have like a Thursday broker's open house. People are checked out. They're like, we're leaving tomorrow for 10
Yeah.
days.
Mhm.
And obviously don't put it on that week.
Right.
So,
Yeah.
It's always something.
just get it on the market.
Okay, and that leads us right into an email we received for you, Patty. It says, what is the least expensive improvement I can do to my house that will bring the most rate of return or most value?
That is a really
Yes,
good question. Kind of think of it almost like a car because I'm going to say detailing is number 1. And what I mean by that, I cannot tell you how many times that I see houses where you've got a gold, gold poles in the kitchen on the cabinets, silver doorknobs, chrome or whatever, because there's a reason they keep changing because they have to make money. So, gold was in, bronze was out. Then
Yeah.
it was stainless, and then it was
Oh, yeah.
a chrome.
But doesn't a white kitchen almost always like you can't go wrong with a white
Well,
kitchen.
white was out for a long time because white was in for so long. Remember all the
Oh.
dark wood?
Yeah,
And
yeah,
you saw
yeah.
these
That was
white
the 70s.
kitchens. I mean, it's just like fashion.
Okay, I'm gonna guess though. A swimming pool is not something on the list.
No, I
There
have
you
never
go.
advised someone to put it in a pool.
Put it in a pool.
And now
Okay.
people are taking out their pools and they're taking
Really?
out their fireplaces.
Wow.
But so
Hmm.
what I mean by details is just like simple switch plates. Like I'd see switch plates on the electrical switch plates and they're like one is off white, one's white, one is like literally
Oh.
cracked and broken.
Oh,
You know,
gotcha.
they're $2. They're you know
Yeah.
the nice ones are $2. You
Yeah,
can get
yeah,
them for
yeah.
50 cents and
Yeah, but-
25 cents and $1.
Yeah.
And it's really simple to
Yeah,
unscrew them
unscrew.
and put them back on. So that's what I mean by detailing, like knobs on cabinets sometimes,
Mhm.
but making sure everything matches.
Yeah.
And then absolutely painting. That comes before doing all those switch plates. But
Sure.
painting, I mean, sometimes I find a place that does not need to be painted, and that's okay. And then also, and we're just talking on return on investment.
Yeah.
Those kind of detail things. You can spend like a couple $100
Now
and
you mentioned
Mhm.
okay, people are taking out swimming pool. Oh, you said fireplaces. Is it
Fireplaces.
because of the new rules with burn?
Well,
or-
there's spare the air days.
Yeah.
And then, if you're think about this. If you're sparing the air, and now I've seen commercials on them. I've seen a commercial
Yeah.
on TV where there's cigarettes in the fireplace looking like logs. And they're kind of going like, if the problem is going in the air, don't you think it's coming in your living room too?
Oh, interesting.
Yeah.
It's
but
not healthy.
it's interesting though. Every time there's a spare the air day, it's not on a day that you'd want to have a fireplace going anyway though. Yeah, usually. You think about it, it's like
Yeah.
because the clouds are down,
Right.
and it's-
Yeah.
you look and you go, that's not what I want to. I want to do it when it's cold and
Yeah.
there's no clouds in the air and,
Yeah.
and you feel like
Cold and rainy.
Yeah, exactly.
Well, people are going to gas and natural gas and all
Yeah.
kinds of things. Like I still have a nice wood burning fireplace, but I've converted it. Like if somebody
Yeah.
wants it, they can do it back. But I've converted it because I realized every time for days after doing the fireplace, I smell it. And what is that? That's going in our lungs. So
But I like that smell.
I know.
It's like bacon. I
yeah.
like that it smells
Well,
bacon.
bacon's a different
Oh,
story.
okay.
You don't touch bacon
That's
ever.
right. Yeah.
Bacon's not
amazing.
going anywhere.
Bacon's not going anywhere.
So in a few years, we'll be. Remember when people used to burn wood inside their house?
Yeah, I know. It's a little nutty.
I tried barbecuing in the house one time with charcoal. That's not a smart thing to do. I'm still feeling the effects. Good thing someone woke me up.
I tried lighting fireworks in our fireplace. When I was
Yeah. No, are
I
you
was
seriously?
grounded. Yeah.
Exactly.
I was a pyrotechnic.
Fine. Hey,
But also the other thing that's really important is flooring. That's the last thing. We can have to get
Mm.
back to it, but I have a
Yeah.
whole thing about flooring. Yeah.
okay, no, I want to get into that because there's, I always like wall carpet,
And also when you're
even in the kitchen. But no, I'm just kidding.
holding open houses too, I would be interested to see what are the things that you should do.
Oh, good point.
When holding
And,
it.
Yeah.
and brokers
So,
over too.
yeah.
Okay, tell you what, we're going to cut to our first commercial break here. Here's the first trivia question. The zodiac sign Aries refers to what animal? The first caller with correct answer is going to win that tanning certificate, and our phone number is 888-912-1190. And then also want to make a mention here for the Alcatraz Cruises. Buy one, get one free. Alcatraz Cruises is launching its third annual buy one, get one free ticket promotion. Although Alcatraz Cruises tours often sell out during the year, it's a priority to educate the community about the robust history of the island. So for free ticket promotion is available only on select dates in January and February. For more information, visit alcatrazcruises.com/BOGO, standing for buy one, get one. Let's see here. You can also call them at 415-981-7625 or purchase tickets at the ticket booth located at Pier 33 Alcatraz Landing. Again, our trivia question for the tanning certificate is, the zodiac sign Aries refers to what animal? Call 888-912-1190 to answer that question. Well, don't touch that down. We're going to be right back. All right. That was right on the money. Okay. Got that one down.
You have a new listing at Belmar Keys, right?
Yeah,
Do you know
I
that?
got so many listings. It was an escrow. It fell apart yesterday.
Oh.
I was doing both sides. The night before, something else fell apart.
Oh.
So I just sat here. Like since I sat here from 3:59, I got 7 texts.
Wow.
So I'm a little distracted. I'm not distracted. It's just kind of normal. I'm like, oh, okay.
Is it, hey, can you send me a disclosure package, or hey, can
Oh.
you,
Everything, everything, everything. Anyway, it's all good though.
That one.
Wacko people that can't communicate. Oh my gosh. The people are just giving a thumbs up. It's just 7 texts and less.
Yeah.
15 minutes.
How late do you ever put your phone down?
Oh yeah, I did.
Yeah.
Like I'm really doing boundaries with people because
Good.
I kind of conditioned. Shame on me. I've conditioned people to like I'm instant. I'll do it. Blah blah
Yeah.
blah. And I found out like in the last 3 weeks I started telling people like I'm an early bird. So I don't give my hours, but at a certain point in time I turn off my phone.
Yeah.
I promise. I'll get back to you in the morning.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Yeah.
It's
Totally.
That is kind of the problem with being available 24/7,
I
which
know.
I am also. And I mean, I got
right.
phone calls
Yeah.
on Saturday.
Did you?
2 different phone calls on Saturday. One of them. I mean, I was glad to take it, but
Right.
it's
I
like,
know.
you know,
And then your business is different. People expect realtors, and we really
Yeah.
should. Most of us don't work on weekends unless we have to. But there's this perception. But people calling you, but we train them.
I know.
Yeah.
I mean, it's but a lot of times I'll just say, I'll answer, can I call you back, or let it just go into voicemail.
Yeah.
Uh,
What a concept.
Yes.
right.
It's funny. Eva was telling me about. She was reading something about like YouTube and getting paid for YouTube stuff and
Yeah.
and about the hour
Sponsored.
and all. Yeah.
Yeah.
And so it's like you have to have 1,000 subscribers and then it's like 4,000 hours, right? So I don't have 1,000 subscribers, but the hours is like that we have is like 18,000 hours of
Mhm.
listening. But I looked at the thing a little bit more. You have to have 4,000 hours per year. I have
Oh.
18,000 total.
Oh, okay.
So I'm going, we got to get a lot of
4,000
people
hours a
subscribed and
year.
just keep listening,
Yeah.
How much does that work out to per week? 4,000 hours, 52 weeks.
Yeah.
So it's like,
Yeah.
It's a lot.
yeah.
So it's where you have a
Something
lot
like
of
800
videos
or
and
something,
stuff.
whatever.
But the thing is, if you have 1,000 subscribers, then
Or no.
Is it either or?
no, it's both. I think.
Okay.
I think it's both. And then you start to earn. So there's a website she turned me on to, and I can't remember off the top of my head. It's like Slate or something like that.
Yeah.
And it says, based on our profile, I should be earning about 2 cents a year.
Well, you know
Some people
what? I
make big
saw
money.
this woman. It was like 60 Minutes or Sunday Morning or something. This woman, there's a thing where people watch on YouTube. They watch people eating. So
Uh-huh.
there's this like
Yeah.
Polynesian woman that's it could be anybody, but
Yeah.
she just happened to be like really obese.
Yeah,
And people
definitely.
she makes $1 million a
Yeah.
year from YouTube. People
There's-
watching her and eating. Her
There's-
eating.
Well, see, no one's interested in watching someone like the 200 pounds, let's say, eating, but
I don't know.
600 pounds, it would be kind of interesting to see what you do.
No, honestly, there were other people. It started, I think, in I don't know, some Asian
How do
country.
you promote that? That's see,
I know.
I think it
Well,
becomes viral.
I know.
Yeah,
how
it
do
goes
you-
viral. And some of these people were just like, and they asked him, they interviewed, like, why do you watch that?
Yeah.
Well, it just calms me down at the end of the day.
Yeah.
Or like,
Interesting.
I eat when they eat, like at my dinner, I always watch it. Or like,
yeah, if you're lonely,
I know, and I don't have
yeah.
anybody. I don't have anybody in my life.
Or
And I'm
people
like,
do the pimple popping thing.
yeah, people are so lonely. But anyway, so
Yeah.
this lady's making $1 million a year.
Well, yeah, it's funny. I like to, we have this little exercise thing, and I've been watching old Wild Wild West. Show.
Yeah.
It takes an hour, right? And I go kind of rush through the commercials sometimes, and it's so funny to watch that because in 1965 and 66, there was still the leftovers of the 50s, and so Robert Conrad had this really nice do.
Yeah.
And then in like 1968, they changed it, and suddenly like the music when like he's doing something fancy
Yeah.
was like listen to the go-go type of Roland
Uh-huh.
Martin's laughing, and they had his hair kind of parted. Really, it was bad,
That's funny.
but it was interesting.
Yeah.
to
And
see the
people are
change.
fixated. They just,
Yeah.
Yeah.
it's a drug.
There's YouTube channels where people watch people unwrapping gifts too, opening new packages.
Already
and stuff like
anything.
that, so, yeah.
How about someone watching me go like this?
I know, exactly.
Well, it's so funny because you think of the Truman Show.
Yeah.
With Jim Carrey, that was
Yeah.
really the first reality
Yeah.
type of thing.
Yeah.
That's funny.
Okay, you are ready? Now we'll get into your.
Yeah.
Oh wait, let's finish off with
Flooring.
flooring.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. And away we go. Welcome back to the Best of Investing. Edward Brown here, along with Patty Cohen and Nam Phan. And our first trivia question was: the zodiac sign Aries refers to what animal?
It's
Is it a
the
bird?
ram, right?
Ram.
Yeah.
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 Bird.
A bird. It's the bird ram.
Yeah.
The ram bird.
Flying ram.
That's right. Let's see. I also want to make a mention here for that if you're traveling to San Francisco, you'll want to stay near the major attractions of the city, but not necessarily stay in the thick of the fast-paced life of the concrete jungle, they call it. The Holiday Inn Express and Suites in Pacifica puts you just outside of San Francisco for convenient access, but you're also just steps away from Rockaway Beach and the Pacific Ocean. So whether you're traveling to San Francisco with your family or a romantic getaway, check out the Holiday Inn Express Hotel and Suites in Pacifica, www.hiexpresspacifica.com, or call 650-355-5000.
You know what else is in Pacifica? There's a bowling alley that has the best view of any bowling alley anywhere. It's a view of
that's
the ocean.
right.
I think it's what's it called, like Sea Breeze.
Super,
Bowl.
yeah. I've never bowled there, but
Bowled there once.
really,
It overlooks. You can see the Pacific. That's nice.
I like that. That's
Bowling
a
alley.
good idea.
We should go there.
So, Patty, before we cut to the break, you were talking about things you can do to your house to make it get the best investment, and you're going to talk about flooring.
Yeah, I mean, there's detailing, there's painting, but then there's also flooring. And it used to be, you do the math quickly and you go, well, you're certainly not going to do laminate floors. I mean, the hardwood floors, though people prefer them. And sometimes people want to do laminate floors. Do not do them. Nobody wants them. We're not like in the $250,000 price range. Do not do laminate floors. And then, then it was, people want to say, well, I'll just replace the carpets. Well, people really don't want carpets that much anymore. And it is going to be some money, but the thing to do, because it has such a high impact, is to do hardwood floors throughout the entire place, including the bedrooms and the hallways. And
Wow.
that look is so transformative, and you get such a good return on investment. And there's a wood where it's not have to be like the full hardwood floors. There it could be a composite and then I don't want to say veneer.
No,
It is a
okay.
veneer,
Yeah.
but that sounds cheap. This looks
Yeah.
really good. Like there may be a half an inch or an inch.
Yeah, the problem, I mean, I like carpet, and I think it really looks good. The only problem, if you can put brand new carpet, is, what color do you put?
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
You try to stay with beige, I guess, in
Always.
theory, but
Yeah,
And when you're repainting, I mean, is it neutral colors?
neutral all the time.
it was really funny. It was when my wife and I had gotten married, and we decided we didn't have any kids, and so we decided, okay, we're going to get new carpet in the house, because the old carpet was like totally disgusting.
Yeah.
And she actually wanted this, now don't laugh, but she wanted snow white carpet.
Wow.
And so we
Right.
and it looked absolutely beautiful right? Within 2 weeks, her nephews came to visit,
Oh no.
and first thing we did was we said, hey, take off your shoes. Turns out their socks were dirtier. And it was like the cat in the hat.
Little boys.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. Oh my
That's so
God.
funny.
True
Did
story.
it come and then did you have to like constantly try?
And then next time I said,
Steam
take
clean
off
it.
your feet.
I know, exactly.
Oh yeah.
Get
no,
out
we
of
had
my
to get
house.
Get out.
Stay in the car.
No.
Exactly.
I was just wave to you. No, we definitely had to get that clean out right away.
Constantly.
Yes.
I know. Yeah.
So
we don't
flooring.
mention that,
So yeah, flooring throughout the whole entire house, and people resist it. Like I'll just do it in the living room now. Choppy is not in, and it's not going to be in for a very long
Okay, so
time.
about how much for, let's say, a 2,000 square foot house?
It's going to be, and this is cheap. I mean, this
Yeah.
is. I mean, I have some really good vendors, both
Okay.
for the supply and all that.
Okay.
But if you're going to do, and you probably don't have to do 2,000 because there's bathrooms and
Yeah.
stuff.
Yeah.
But generally, that's going to be about $22,000.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay, and
It's
how
worth it.
much? Yeah, I was gonna say time is money.
Yeah,
so even
right.
if you don't necessarily get too much more out, if you can shave off 6 months of time, that's worth a lot,
You mean in
right?
terms
Yeah.
If
of
it's selling
sales?
quickly,
Oh,
yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
And I mean, you will get more money because it's the impact is so good. And if you think about it, mid-century modern is in. So we just have
Yeah.
these boxes. We have these ranchy, boxy things in the Bay Area.
Yeah.
So if you put those floors throughout, you paint it, and you detail everywhere, it's like you've just remodeled. the whole
Okay,
thing.
now here's a question for you. How many times does somebody do that, and then suddenly, usually the wife says,
Nice
this
to
looks
see.
so good, let's stay.
Yeah.
Yeah, they say it a lot, but they never do,
Yeah,
which
there's
is good. Sometimes it happens, but
Yeah, they made the decision they're going to go ahead and move. Yeah.
So along the same lines, when you're holding an open house, what are some best practices for that? in
Hide the
terms of-
jewelry.
I mean, you
Oh,
want
it's a really good
minimalist.
question. Yeah, I mean, yeah, put everything away. I mean, this is just for staging and also,
Yeah.
but take everything off counters. Make it look like nobody lives there. Those little bathroom throw rugs, get rid of them. Get rid of all throw rugs. The line of sight has to be very clear. So if as soon as you walk in, you want to anything in front of
It'll
those
look
windows
big, it'll look
blocking the
big,
view,
yeah.
line of sight. Anything like a big, oversized chair like in the living room, get rid of it. The
Yeah.
line of sight has to be clear, mostly into the views.
And then how about for smell? I mean, people bake
Oh.
cookies all the time.
Well,
Oh
They put
yeah,
cinnamon
I
in
like
the-
that.
A really, really good trick is just boil a pot of water, take an orange, squeeze it, throw it in there, put some cinnamon in, and it smells like an apple pie. Swear
Oh, that's
to
so
God.
smart.
Yeah.
Okay, Patty, you are a wealth of information. How do people get a hold of you with these other kinds of questions?
Oh my gosh. Okay, well, my name is Patty Cohn, Cohn, and I'm with Compass. I'm at 415-722-4842 and bestmarinagent.com.
Good stuff. And when we come back, I know you got some economic stuff that you had heard.
And you
Nam also has some
Yeah.
economic information for us.
Absolutely.
All right, second trivia question is, what do you call phyllo pastry stuffed with chopped nuts and honey or syrup? What kind of treat is that? What's that? What do they call that? All right.
Okay,
What do you call phyllo pastry? Phyllo dough pastry stuffed with chopped nuts and honey or syrup?
So good.
Yeah.
So good.
In fact, over across the street here at Julie's Hummus, they have some good stuff there.
Yeah.
All right, call 888-912-1190. Be the first caller with the correct answer. You're going to win the tanning certificate. And when we come back, again, we're going to talk about what's going on in the economy. So you're going to want to stay tuned. Don't touch that dial. The best of
Right.
investing is going to be right back. See, Patty, what goes on sometimes, it's because you don't have headphones on, you can't tell when you're talking like this, right? But I'm looking at this thing and it's going,
I know, I'm usually
right?
good at it, but I'm getting animated.
Well,
We're having too much fun.
which is, it's hard for me to
Is it baklava?
talk about.
Baklava,
Yeah.
baklava, whatever it is. Yeah, it's so good.
And it's so funny. You and I were last Saturday night going, oh, where are we going for dinner? Blah blah blah. And we were going to go one place, and then for some reason we parked here, and we're going to go walk somewhere else. And then she goes, you know what? Let's just check out this place,
Mhm.
and it was very good.
It was.
Julie's
Hummus, yeah.
Oh, good
It's
to
like,
know.
it's a little, to
Yeah.
go
Is it
for
a
the
little
burger
hole in the
joint.
wall?
Yeah,
Huh.
yeah.
Do you find yourself going out all night? We go out almost every night.
Alma.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, the thing is, both you work,
Yeah.
right? So Eva's staying at home right now,
Yeah.
so it's a little different.
What are your favorite places to go?
I always feel like Italian, and I love Thai,
I
but
love
I live in Ross, so like
Mhm.
we feel like if you go more than a mile or two, you're like, whoa.
Yeah,
When you're in
yeah.
Marin, it's like if you
Yeah.
go more than a mile or two. But I love, El Davide is amazing.
Yeah.
I
Mhm.
love this Thai place on Magnolia, awesome. Europe and Nevada. Do you live in Nevada, right?
Mhm. Yeah.
Oh my God, the new,
Blue Barn?
no, they totally redid it. Where it used to be the Alvarado Inn,
Ricky's.
Ricky's.
Oh,
Tom
Ricky's.
Marshall bought it. Then his sons, he passed away. His sons had it. Now they're, they redid Ricky's. It's really
Oh, they
good.
redid it?
They
Yeah.
totally
Okay.
redid it.
Well, okay.
Different chef, different menu.
Like in the
and
last
they-
3 months? or
Yes.
something?
Yeah.
Really? Okay.
and they just
I
opened.
check that out.
They had it closed. I mean, it's
Okay.
it's good.
I mean,
Really?
I
Okay.
actually enjoyed it, but they had really good steak before.
This is even better. And the portions
really?
are ridiculous. Like I don't even eat
Okay.
that much, but I mean, I take everything home. But the portions are ridiculously big.
Okay, good to know. I actually walked through there when they were redoing it because I was looking to see if we wanted to do our Christmas party there.
Gotcha.
But that's it's always been on our list to try.
Yeah.
As we drive by it all the time. So there's another good Thai place, or it used to be good. It was Orchid Thai when it was. Now it's something else. Though.
Yeah.
That was
Oh.
downtown San Anselmo.
Oh yeah, Orchid Town. I
Oh,
was just
yeah.
there the other night actually because we walk into town.
Mhm.
Also, the best in the county was in Belmont Keys. You're up there, that Thai place, but it burned down.
Oh.
Yeah,
So wait a minute. The one on Magnolia.
Yeah.
Where?
Rona Thai. It's no people don't forget about it because it's
because Royal Thai is down here.
like R apostrophe NOH Rona Thai.
Oh,
Yeah.
that one. That's a really expensive one,
Not
isn't it?
really. I mean, it's Thai. It's like
Oh, I'm thinking of the one in Fairfax. That's really expensive.
oh, you're talking about Village Sake. No.
Oh, that's right. You're right. That's right. It's
That's
sushi.
different.
It's more
That's
sushi.
sushi.
Yeah.
That's
yeah.
very expensive.
That's
Those
really
are the
expensive.
people. They got a
Sushi
Michelin
Ranch, yeah.
star a few years ago. I know my
Really?
restaurants, and
Yeah.
those are the same chefs. And I know one of
At
them
Sushi
from
Ranch.
Ross, like a kid,
Right.
but he was in Sushi Run.
Sushi Run.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But the one on Magnolia, I'm trying to think of where.
All right, so now, oh God, they just put up a sign saying North Magnolia Business District. They're trying to like claim that,
Oh.
across the street is that place, the burger place. I mean, there's not much there. Like
M&G
Magnolia,
Burger?
M&G Burger,
Oh yeah,
it's
yeah,
across
yeah.
the street, and it's back. It looks like it's a little. It's you
Really?
can't tell it's there. I think it's the best Thai in the place.
Wow. I mean, I love me loves Thai.
Me too.
I really
Yes.
do.
Me too. Yeah,
And enchiladas is good.
love enchiladas.
Love enchiladas.
And on Left Bank, you gotta love Left Bank too. One of my
haven't
friends
been there
runs
in a
it.
Oh,
long
yeah, I've been
time.
there for a while.
That's like my area.
You got to be into the French food.
Yeah.
It's too hoity-toity for me.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay, you guys ready?
Yes.
All right.
Okay.
And then who's going to do the economic first?
You go first.
Okay,
I
yeah.
got
All right. You ready?
freaking going on here.
And away we go. Welcome back to The Best of Investing. Again, I'm Edward Brown, your host, along with Nam Fan of Pacific Private Money and Patty Cohen of Compass Realty. Second trivia question was, what do you call phyllo pastry stuffed with chopped nuts and honey or syrup?
Baklava.
Baklava.
Yes,
Exactly.
okay.
Good job. Okay. Nam, economic news. Educate us.
So the last show I started talking about the event that Mark and I went to. It's the California Mortgage Association event they put on every year in January, and we always go just for the updates, what's going on in the private lending space, but also keynote speaker has been for the last several years, Chris Thornburg. He's an economist, a PhD professor at UC Riverside, I think, and he's his claim to fame was that he predicted the
decline.
the recession.
Wow.
So he's somebody who we definitely follow because a lot of his reporting is in California. So the interesting thing is, for the last, so this is the third year we've listened to him. The first 2 years, it was always, we're on a great run. This run looks like it's going to last another 2 years at least. We'll see what happens. That was 2017. He said that. We went last year, 2018, same thing. It's a good run. The fundamentals are holding up, and we don't see anything going on for 2018 or 2019. Maybe in the tail end of 2019. Sure enough, 2019 comes and goes, and the economy's still doing great.
Yeah.
So we come here this year. Surely he's going to see something in the next 2 years. Same thing though. Said, you know what? The fundamentals are all there. One term he coined, I don't know if it was him or somebody else, that he came out with last year was miserableism, which is the way the press makes and magnifies issues to the point where it seems like, the apocalypse. We're living in the apocalypse. And he said, despite the media, both sides, everything fundamentally is strong. And and I think I used the example of vacancy rates for commercial, saying that the press really highlights this growing vacancy rate in the commercial space, and like San Francisco as an example. But he said, when you unpack it and really look at what the vacancy rates apply to, what kind of buildings, they apply to these older buildings that where the tenants are moving to newer buildings that are being built to attract all the tech. And these companies who want to keep their best employees have to have the best locations. So they're leaving these older buildings, moving to new ones. And yes, there's vacancy amongst the older buildings, but the reason why is the economy is so strong, they don't have employees to fill those buildings. And businesses aren't going to go in there if they can't fill their employees, fill their company with employees. So there's a shortage of employment, good employment.
Yes.
And so his takeaway is, hey, the next 2 years still look really strong.
Yeah.
He pointed to a few things, like fundamentally, 2020 is going to be a good year. GDP growth outlook for 2020 is 2% plus. Labor markets remain tight. Rising wages to put pressure on profits. Exports, business investment continue to grow. Inflation to remain constrained, and there's a few others, and I'll go to some negatives later. But I think you were saying too that you just came from a
I was at actually it was a Compass event, but we did a little bit on the economy, and it's just, at least I'll speak just right now to the Bay Area real estate market, and really the country, but Bay Area, we're in a tabletop, and we're at the top of the table since 2017 and continue to be.
Right.
And that's actually a good thing
Mhm.
because, everything went so far up since 2011 that we need to be in a tabletop. Like it's not going down. And and then Leslie Appleton Young, who's the chief economist for the California Association of Realtors, she points out a couple other things that, so all the economic indicators look good. And yet, I shouldn't even say yet, and we've got this tabletop, like why not? And miserableism, right?
Mhm.
So how many times for how many years do we keep hearing rates are going up?
Yeah.
Well,
Right.
guess what? They're not going up.
Mhm.
In fact, they've gone down a little bit. So there's fear, but at least with real estate, there is the shortage of inventory, and the affordability issue is what actually keeps it from going up more.
I mean, if you think about it, a couple of 2-3 years ago, whatever, we had the major fires and thousands of homes burned.
Yeah.
It takes a while to build thousands of
Right.
homes.
Yeah. She said between now and 2025, and I have to look up the number, there is, I forget how much it was, but I mean, huge in the state of California, the shortage of housing.
Right.
And
Unless people move out.
Unless they
Don't
move
move
out.
out. Yeah.
And she also pointed out that if there was not that twin problem of affordability and shortage, she thinks it would have gone up 25%, in the last couple of years, maybe even 40.
Mm.
And, sustainability, but,
Right.
Yeah.
if there was more, if it wasn't a shortage problem.
Yeah, that was the other thing that Crystal and Bert pointed out is that there's such a low housing inventory, and construction has been held back for a while, and we're bullish on ground up construction. We're bullish on generally on housing, and the other thing he said too was bank lending is still constrained, so that's
Yeah.
why people are coming to companies like ours, Pacific Private Money, because they can't get bank financing. So
Tell the audience what you do for a living. What's your company?
So we're Pacific Private Money. We're private lenders or alternative finance. Non-bank finance is another term you'll hear. We make loans to people who generally are looking to purchase real estate in California, single-family residences, or maybe need to refinance and get some cash out of their property. People come to us instead of a bank for a number of different reasons. I mean, typically, you'll hear people go to private money because they can't qualify for bank financing. That's certainly a part of it, but oftentimes they're coming to us for speed, or it's a situation where banks just don't lend on that type of scenario. So somebody who wants to buy a home before they sell their existing home, banks typically will say, well, your debt-to-income ratio is going to be too high. You can't carry two mortgages simultaneously. So they come to us. We provide the short-term financing so they can complete the purchase. Oftentimes they're doing a little bit of work to update the property before they move into it. Then they stage their home. They do some updating to the home that they're leaving. Some of the things that you just mentioned, Patty, in the earlier segments, so that they can sell at a higher price. And that's only possible if you have that time in between moving into your new home and moving out of your old home, and that's what a bridge loan involves.
In fact, we'll talk about the deal of the week when we get back.
Yes,
This
sir.
exact situation just happened. All right, here's a third trivia question. What color M&Ms did not exist from 1976 to 1987? Call 888-912-1190.
That's so obscure. One more
No.
thing in my brain.
If you're the first caller with the correct answer, you're going to win that tanning certificate. What color M&Ms did not exist from 1976 to 1987? All right. Mauve. Yeah.
That's not untrue. Oh wait, no, that's
Well, no.
That's the Easter blend. Because they have their
Exactly.
Easter
Totally.
candies, but yeah.
All right. Stay with us. You're listening to The Best of Investing. We're going to be right back.
Oh, you mean through 2020?
Yeah.
In other words, striped.
Yeah,
I have no idea.
Ooh, stripes. That's
Check
pretty
our
good.
names.
Yeah.
It's blue, isn't it?
Well, you can answer on the air.
Yeah.
Let's see.
I don't want to be shamed by being wrong. I know how mean you are.
Yeah, very mean. Has Mark finally caught up with his emails?
Yes.
I have nothing to do with the appraisal, period.
Excuse me. Okay, this one's also.
That is between you and your lender. Period.
Excuse me. I woke up. It's funny. If I don't go to sleep at like 11:30 or midnight, if I go to sleep an hour and a half early,
Oh yeah.
I wake up too. I woke up at like 4 a.m. and I just kind of went like this for 2 hours.
Stay up.
I know,
Get up.
That's what.
Yeah. But the worst is you go to bed later. You still wake up early.
Yeah, but that's okay though. I get more than 6 hours sleep, or just I don't know. I get 6 hours sleep.
6 exactly. So happy when I get 6.
Yeah. As long as it's solid. Get ready. Here we go. Welcome back to the Best of Investing. Again, I'm Edward Brown, your host. Mark Hunt is off today, but we have Nam Phan and Patty Cohen in the studio. Third trivia question: what color M&Ms did not exist from 1976 to 1987?
Blue?
Wrong. It says, don't shame me on my hair. Red. You remember?
Red.
Remember the scare? There was a red dye. The people were, oh no, you can't have red dye type of thing. Cancer.
Red dye number 4.
Yeah. So they basically stopped making
That's
red M&Ms from
yeah.
1976
I still
to
just throw those out. I'm not taking any chances.
1987.
You're really conservative.
then how come you get the answer?
I peel the red off.
Yeah.
But yet I smoke and drink my whiskey in front of my fireplace.
No, I do something better. I lick the red off.
Oh,
Yeah.
Then it gets down to the basics.
I'll give you my red M&Ms
Yeah.
and just send it back to me when you're done.
Exactly.
Ugh.
Okay, we were talking about deal of the week. Okay, so actually I have a deal of the week, very similar to what you mentioned. Do tell. So we got a call. Person is buying a house in the North Bay and lives in Central Marin, and wants to buy their house before selling. And the couple makes very, very good income. The problem is twofold. One, speed. They want to put in a very aggressive offer, and they have a lot of equity in their current home, so they actually needed even a larger down payment than typical. So in this case, we're actually going to give them 100% financing for the target property.
Wow.
Because there's so much equity in the current house.
Mm-hmm.
But here's the best part. A lot of people might think, oh, it's too expensive to, do 2 loans, pay a hard money loan or
Right.
private loan because points and interest, and then I got to pay it again when I get a real conventional loan.
Yeah.
However, this couple was able to get $75,000 off of the asking price. They actually went, and it was not overpriced, but because they came in with an aggressive, we're going to close in 11 days
Mm-hmm.
at all cash.
Beautiful.
The buyer, the seller basically accepted, and there was another offer on the table. That was
Wow.
higher.
Wow.
Probably came in asking, maybe even over, I don't know.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So in this case, your temporary bridge loan is
Right.
going to more than pay for itself.
More than pay for
Yeah.
it. And too many times I find people are just too focused on what it's going to cost them. Like what can I get a break on commission? No, it's all about how I will negotiate for you and prepare your house so that you get more. Or, I'm not doing that private money loan
Right.
because it's too expensive.
Yeah.
No, you're going to get the house for $75,000 less.
Yeah, exactly. And
Right.
a typical thing when you want, when you talk about something emotional like a house, if I'm selling my own house, an astute buyer is going to know this and is going to not pay more. But if we have a separation of a third party, i.e. the agent, that, hey, sorry, the price is what it is. You want it? Because you can't look in the eyes of the owner of the house and see them kind of going, I'll take anything. Just get me
Right.
out of this.
Yeah, I know. It's hard to tell. Yeah.
But a good real estate agent is going to understand the nuances
Yeah.
of how to craft an offer, because you would think, inventory is tight, it's going to be competitive. Gosh, should I really offer 75,000 less? But,
I was actually
that was-
pleasantly surprised to find out that they had offered 75,000 less.
Yeah.
I mean, I would have thought that they would have gone, because again, it was not an overpriced house to begin with,
Mhm.
that they would have come in close to asking,
Right.
because they actually knew that there was an offer. The agent had said, oh, by the way, you're going to put your offer in, there's another offer coming.
Yeah.
And they took the chance
I mean, when you
Wow.
really like a house, it's hard to not be emotional.
Oh,
Yeah,
it's
oh,
hard to not be
absolutely.
emotional.
And it's a really
so
smart
hard.
move.
So,
I mean, they're going to move into a bigger house
it's
that
so
they
hard.
need. And,
Yeah.
that's great. And close in 11 days.
11 days.
Beautiful.
Yeah. And they don't have to move twice.
Yeah.
So they save all
That's a
the
big deal.
yeah, they save the moving and
Yeah.
the storage and potentially renting another house and because they still have to get their house ready to stage it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And do all these little
Improvements.
improvements that,
Yeah.
that you were talking about.
That's a good point because so it's the deal of the week that Pacific Private Money did,
Yeah.
which is great. And we talk to realtor organizations and real estate agents all the time about how the bridge loan can help create actually inventory where none existed, because you have
Yeah.
people who walk into a listing at an open house on a weekend and they don't think they can buy the house because they're like, gosh, this house is going to sell so quickly. I haven't even thought of putting my house on the market yet, or we're going to in a month. By the
yeah.
time I get around to doing that, this house is going to be gone.
Yeah.
Exactly.
So they don't know what they don't know, which is, I could buy this house with a bridge loan, and I'm not worried about the timing of the two transactions,
Yeah.
selling my home and buying this one. So one of the things we do is we offer a flyer that real estate agents can put out at their listing for those people walking through their home, and that's, do you want to buy this house but don't think you can, or think you have to sell your home first?
That's
You
good.
don't have to.
How do people get a hold of Pacific Private Money?
Yeah, they can call us at 415-883-2150, or they can go to us to our website, www.pacificprivatemoney.com. And actually, you can go to www.pacificprivatemoney.com/buy first, and you'll learn all about our bridge loan product.
Very good.
Yeah, it's and we're entering the spring buying season, so really now's the time to start thinking about because it's after the Super Bowl.
Yeah.
It's time to start thinking about strategies if you have a home to sell, about how you're going to be able to jump on any home that you really fall in love with.
Yeah.
That's available.
And also make it appealing for potential buyers who come by. Oh, I'd love to buy your house, but I can't make a contingent offer. I have
Yeah.
to accept it.
That's
Yeah.
the single greatest thing that stops people from making a move. Like they're just trapped. How do I do it?
Right.
Yeah.
And for that listing agent who's holding the open house, that's an opportunity to, what we say, double end.
Yeah.
To because
Absolutely.
oftentimes that buyer, that homeowner, hasn't even maybe engaged a realtor yet.
Yeah.
So
And what are they doing? Just kind of looking around to see.
a lot of people just look around. They're
Yeah.
like, people
kinda
just
fun.
love looking at homes
Yeah.
for ideas,
For ideas, yeah.
whatever.
and especially people in the neighborhood. We
Yes.
call them looky-loos, right?
Yeah.
But the thing is, a lot of times those are the people who will either, maybe they aren't moving, but they have a friend or a parent who's, saying looking for a place.
This is 3 years ago, but one of the stories I like telling the most is a family in Tiburon who actually bought the listing 5 doors down from their house,
I love it.
because the way that house that came up for sale was oriented and had a view of the Golden Gate Bridge, and the way their house was oriented 5 doors down didn't. And it was a bigger house, and they needed to move. They wanted to move up anyway because their family was growing a little bit. But this was like January 3 years ago, and they weren't planning on listing their house until June. So they saw this house come up on the market and they said, wow,
You've got to jump.
we need to jump on
Yeah.
this. 'Cause
People are
this,
so
Yeah.
specific.
this is our forever home, and you can't get this view anywhere else.
Did you
Yeah.
help them move the couch since they were 5 doors down?
It's a $2 million loan. We would all help them pack up.
Yeah.
But we closed quickly, and they ended up selling like their departing residence in April versus June. That
That's
was
right.
a great story. So
That was
Well,
a very
I
good
wish
story.
I just had a situation literally an hour ago, and I wish I could have referred you, but I had a condo 10 days ago on the market, got multiple offers, sold right away. Both of them were all cash. We had a guy that lives in the complex that was just like, yeah, I definitely want to buy it, and I have to sell mine first, and can you do a 60-day, I was like, let me think about it. No.
No, yeah.
So we took the all cash offer, and they backed out the night before last. So I had a conversation with him yesterday. He said he was going to make an offer today, but he told me that one of the reasons they didn't make an offer is he couldn't get his wife. He thought they might be able to do it without it, but his wife's mother died in the meantime, and they inherited a house for $1.9 million. Oh no, it's right. But now they're going to make an offer tomorrow, and they inherit a house for $1.9 million. So that's a little tricky though,
that
because
was a little tricky. Hey,
Yeah.
we got to cut to our last commercial break. Stay with us, Dave. That's some investing. We'll be right back with some closing comments.
yeah, I
But
mean
I have to-
ownership, and they don't even own it yet, and so I don't know. And he said, but I have my guy working on it, blah 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 blah. So I was like, okay, I'm not going there.
wow.
Oh, is that him? Wait.
Yeah, go ahead. Perfect timing.
They're going to have an answer tonight.
Oh.
Wife has been dealing with work emergencies all day. This from buyer 3 minutes ago. Okay. That's another thing I'm waiting to get an offer on. Oh my God. It's insane. Are we done? No.
No. We have one more small segment.
Okay.
5 minutes and 10 seconds.
So-
Do you want to talk about the fund? No.
Yeah,
Oh,
I'll
yeah,
go
but
back and
that's
just talk about the
question.
next fund event.
Conversation with anyone about the appraisal, period. They did not know it was even done, period. How did they get in? Question mark.
Yeah, my phone's been acting
You need to
weird.
end those with OMG too.
OMG what?
Oh my gosh.
For what? Oh,
For your text. Just to
oh yeah. I got too much. All I do is give them a heart or I give them a thumbs up. Either way.
OMG, I didn't know.
It's funny. Sarah got an article published in some. She's doing an internship with some organization that does economic forecasts and
Oh,
all. So
cool.
there were these companies hire this company, and so she's doing international economics at George Washington University in D.C. So she's learning a lot of good
Yeah.
stuff, right? Doing a lot of research. So she got this article published, and then I'm reading it. It's actually, she's a very good writer, so I'm really interested in it. And she mentions Q2 blah blah blah, and then she says H2, and I'm thinking, I wonder if it's a misprint. If she accidentally put H instead of Q. So I didn't want to accuse. I just said, what's H2? Oh, sorry, Dad. That's an acronym for the second half.
Oh,
I didn't know that.
I didn't know
I
that
said,
either.
I'm sorry. Yeah, it was H. It was Q2 2020,
Yeah.
and then H2 2020. So it was basically the second half.
Oh.
Didn't know that.
I didn't know that.
yeah.
I'm gonna start using that.
H2.
So people go, "What is that? Typo?" I'm like,
No, it's part of water.
"You don't know."
You don't know.
Yeah, you don't know.
H2.
Yeah.
Still,
Please.
come on.
I don't think we should be doing
Yeah.
Please.
And I got a few fun thoughts today.
Okay.
So okay, we got about roughly 4 minutes to go.
All right.
Okay. All right. And away we go. Welcome back to the Best of Investing. Last time for today, I'm Edward Brown, your host, along with Nam Phan and Patty Cohen. Didn't have a trivia question because we asked the three before.
Yeah.
However, Nam, some events going on that you want people to sign up for
Yeah.
free.
So for free. So our next fund event is in Santa Rosa at the end of the month on February 27th. That's a Thursday at the Santa Rosa Marriott, and it's from 6 to 8 p.m. If for our Sonoma County folks who haven't been able to come to any of our events because we haven't held any close enough to them, now's your chance to come. So February 27th, 6 to 8 p.m. Give us a call at 415-883-2150 if you'd like to RSVP, or you can go to our website, www.pacificprivatemoney.com, and click on the contact and fill out a RSVP. So that's for this month. For next month, we'll be down in Cupertino, and that's going to be March 26th, which is also a Thursday. 6 to 8 p.m. we'll announce the location next week. But we're going to hit the road again, Edward, this year, so we're going to be doing a little bit more traveling.
All right, get some frequent flyer miles.
Exactly.
Frequent driver miles.
Yeah.
So no, it's a great way to ask all the questions you want to ask, but and meet the fund manager Mark Hoff and
Yep.
Edward in person. Oftentimes our investors, I mean, it's a big investment, so you want to get to know the people who you're.
Well, you're up to what, 53 million now?
Yeah, 53 million. We ended the year for December. I think we ended the year at 7.71% annualized return. Compounded was 8.
Yeah.
So it's actually higher than what we started the year thinking, because we see a lot of pressure.
In fact, that gets us into our last email question, which was for you. I've heard you say on a previous program that you sometimes sell loans in your fund. Why?
Yeah, so from time to time we'll sell loans out of the Pacific Private Money Fund for a number of reasons. One is if we need to create some liquidity. So sometimes there's loan opportunities that come across our desk that we want to jump on, so we need the liquidity to be able to fund those. But also because we have institutional buyers of our loans, and those are like Wall Street essentially, buying loans because of they see the quality of the loans that we make, and they're willing to pay, not the same rate that we pay our investors, but less. So they see the value and they buy it at a lower rate than what we pay to our investors. So we keep what we call a strip, a yield strip or yield
Spread. Yeah.
spread, and that comes back to the fund, and that actually helps.
Yeah,
keep
half
the
of it goes to
fund,
the fund, half of it goes to the manager. Yeah.
right, and so that helps keep the yield higher because other similar California funds, and we're not levered, and many other funds in California aren't levered as well. They're paying in the sixes, so I think that's important to highlight the fact.
So give out your information one more time.
Yeah,
If
one
you
more
want to get a nice yield or for loans.
Yeah, 415-883-2150.
Yep, and I'm at 415-722-4842, Patty Cohn.
Yeah, Patty's got some excellent points on how to prepare your house to get ready for sale. All right, so I've got a few thoughts for the day here. So prior to me getting married, my buddy set me up on a blind date and said, heads up, she's expecting a baby. Man, I felt like an idiot sitting in the bar wearing just a diaper.
Oh my God,
You know
that's
that
so
one?
crazy.
And don't let your worries get the best of you. Remember, Moses started out as a basket case. I had one more here
God,
that I didn't have written
laugh.
down that I read. It's like, when I was little, I wasn't very good looking, and every time I was playing the sandbox, the cat kept trying to cover me up. Okay, and then one more here. Lastly, if you're tired of bowling, let me try this again. And lastly, if you're tired of boiling water every time you make pasta, boil a few gallons at the beginning of the week and freeze it for later.
Oh my God.
Good idea.
You like that?
Yeah. Wait a second.
Did
Wait,
you
what?
just figure that out? All right. Let's see. We have about 30. I thought like
I have
time
a
was gonna go
riddle.
faster. Yes.
What gives milk and has one horn?
A milk truck.
Oh,
All
But,
right.
but they don't have those anymore.
I know, but you know where I got that was from Tennessee Tuxedo, which is a cartoon from like the.
Come along, Chumley.
Seven-
Let's go see
yeah.
Mr. Whoopi. Remember
Remember,
that?
Yeah.
remember those black and white jokes? Like what's black and white and red all over?
Yes.
The newspaper.
The newspaper.
Or
Oh, a
a
fire
nun
truck.
falling down the stairs.
Oh God! No, it used to be a police car with a cherry on top.
Oh.
Right?
Oh, yeah.
And I remember when I was a kid, there was a milkman who
Yeah.
literally come with the milk
Oh,
bottles.
I have
All
to.
right.
We had
Funny
the
that you
milkman.
All right, stay tune in next week to the Best of Investing. We're going to be giving away more free prizes for answering trivia questions. Thanks for listening. On behalf of our team, I'm your host, Edward Brown. We'll see you next week. Wishing you the best of investing. So long.
Woohoo! Yay.
You know, it's so funny. That's my outro
Oh,
for the
Chumley?
sports one. Come on, Chumley. Let's go see Mr. Whoopi.
Wait, that's your for the sports? You say that?
No, I don't say that. No, but I say, I'm your host. We'll see you next week. So
Oh,
long.
that's That's funny that you knew though. That was Tennessee Tuxedo.
Of course.
That was
All
Don
right.
Adams.
I got it.
Tennessee.
Yeah. My sister calls me Chumley.
Why? I
From
mean,
Tennessee Tuxedo. I don't know why. She goes, "Hello, Chumley," because we used to watch that as kids.
Oh,
and it's just
okay, there
stuck
you go.
around as my nickname for her.
yeah,
Your
only
nickname
for
me is
only
Norm.
only for
Oh, I love
yeah,
her.
I love
It's
that
just
one.
perfect.
But only for
Absolutely.
her. No one else can call you.
Yeah.
that. I wouldn't tell Mirka or else she'll.
Oh no.
Nicknames, people that have a lot of nicknames are means people like it. Yeah.
Yeah, it's funny though. I mean, I've had people want to do certain nicknames. It's like,
Eddie.
well, it's funny. I have a sister who calls me Eddie. I have a sister who calls me Edward, and my brother calls me Ed.
Yeah, I heard that this week. I'm like, don't do that.
Yeah, but it's so funny because if he called me anything else, it'd be weird.
Uh-huh.
Because
Yeah.
it's just like
Yeah.
I grew up. Just each one had its own.
Yeah.
Yeah, it'd be weird. Well, my brother, who was a therapist, he said that when he was studying, there's a greater propensity of people that are schizophrenic that have names that can be changed. Like, for example, Bob, Robert, Bob, Bobby, Rob, Bert, and doesn't make. I mean, it's a
Really?
stretch, but this is
There's a
science.
correlation?
Or
There's
is
a
it,
correlation.
Really?
or is it a correlation between saying their name frontward or backwards, Bob or Bob?
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, there you
Or
go.
Treb. Or maybe it's that movie, What About Bob, with William
Yeah.
Murray. Yeah, I don't know.
So is it
Bill Murray.
a
William
Murray.
Murray.
William,
are they
yeah.
schizophrenic
Or
because of
Anna.
all the names, or they have all the names because they're schizophrenic?
Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah,
I don't know.
that's an excellent.
Well, no, I mean, which came first, the name or schizophrenia?
Yeah.
The name. He got it from Voice.
That's interesting.
And by the way, which came first, the chicken or the egg? The chicken.
Yeah.
It's finally answered.
Finally,
I
Yes,
am a
I've been
brown.
wondering so
We
deep.
can put that to rest.
The science behind that one. I know. Oh, it's so lovely to laugh. It's been so intense. Now I have to go back and do a bunch of things, but
Oh man.
somebody wants me to pay $900 for her appraisal that I had nothing to do with. Okay, that just came in. Anyway.
sure, why not?
Oh, absolutely not. Nightmare buyer. Never want to speak to her again.
Really?
Anyway.
That's too bad.
Absolutely not. I have nothing to do with her appraisal. Anyway.
Good
see you
luck
guys.
out there, Patty.
All right.
Bye.
Thanks, Patty.
All right, Mr. Brown.
All right,
We'll
sir.
see you tomorrow.
She's such a good kid. I like
Yeah.
your daughter. Okay, so first I got to go begging on the street for tax money.
Oh man. I don't want to ask. I don't want to
Oh, it's I gotta rob some banks in order to do this.
But you're a tax expert.
I
You
know.
Can't get it down to zero.
Yeah. No. No. That's the answer. No.
But as a tax expert, can you, on a percentage basis, can you get it down to a percentage of your AGI? Like,
I mean, it's only so much one can do,
Right,
right?
yeah.
Because you can't cheat, so you
Yeah.
just gotta do the best you can.
Sorry
All
to
right,
be-
sir. Okay, so is there anything going on tomorrow?
No, I mean we're just in the office, just banging away at stuff.
Okay.
So yeah, it's been busy, but I think
Yeah, good.
finally getting a little breathing room with some of the stuff we're working on.
Well, it'll be nice to fund that loan next week, and then I
Yeah.
think Rick's got another one.
Pipeline's getting busy. I mean, it
Okay,
doubled
good.
in the last week.
All right, we're off.